Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to T-Area live stream. We're finishing up the C game here. A minute to go. As three-pointer there by Madison Cole Karen. And so the Titans lead this one by 10, so about 90 seconds. When this game is over, we'll take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll come do pregame. About 12 minutes before the game starts is when we'll go live for pregame. Interesting C-team game here. The Titans trailed by 13 and came all the way back here in the fourth quarter to go up by 14 and now 10, as it looks like they're going to seal the deal here. So 90 seconds of game time, and then give us about 5 minutes to get everything ready. As we see a banked-in free throw by Carter Brown for the Titans. And then we'll be back about 12 minutes before the game is to tip off to give you our Madison Bulldogs preview, our T-Area Titans preview. We'll talk about the history between these two teams and our keys to victory on this Friday night between the 2-2 Titans and the 1-3 Madison Bulldogs, two of the most storied teams in the last dozen years or so in Class A. So 1 minute to go. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thanks for tuning in. Stay with us. Good evening, Hoops fans. Welcome to snow-covered T, South Dakota, and inside the warm confines of T area high schools, Thunder Alley for Friday Night Lights Hoops Edition. I am Shad Hockey. On color is Les Schroeder, and our producer, Andrew Griffin. If you're joining us, we thank you for joining us. A little late tonight. They had the JV and the C games do 8-minute quarters, which I don't understand. So usually it's 7 minutes for the JV and 6 minutes for C, but oh well. So tonight, the 2-2 T area Titans take on the 1-3 Madison Bulldogs. The Titans enter this one on a 2-game winning streak. The Titans open the season against the best team in the state in Dakota Valley. The Titans hung in that one most of the first half, but the Panthers pulled away and won easily. The Titans would then travel to Sioux Falls O'Gorman and suffer a second loss after playing the AA Knights tough the whole game. The Titans were in that one, down 5 with just a few minutes to go. They ended up losing by 11. So now the Titans' last two opponents have been quite the opposite. 2 blowout wins. The first, a 72-44 win at Marshall, Minnesota, and a 54-22 blowout win this past Monday afternoon in a game that saw the Titans leading 22-2 after quarter number 1. How about the Bulldogs of Madison? They are a proud program. More on that in a second. And they are not used to last year's 11-12 losing record, nor this year's 1-3 start. The 11-12, I can't remember the last time they had a losing season over there in Madison. They opened up game 1 losing by 7 to EPJ before picking up a bounce-back win over Dubrook in a blowout. They came in tonight on a 2-game losing streak, having lost to Lennox 66-32 and to Class B Castlewood 53-48, a ranked Class B Castlewood team. Les Schroeder, welcome.
Well, hi there, Shad Hockey.
Speaking for the Titans, what have they done right these last 2 games to pick up blowout wins?
Well, we've got the tempo in our favor the last couple of games, and we've gotten the ball to Reese Kirschman, and he's been playing really well as of late for the Titans. And we've been playing really well as a team and moving the ball as well. So we got 2 good things going for us right now and hope to make it 3.
Yeah, good point on the ball movement, especially. I know Coach Weber's big on that. The history between these 2 teams, like I said, these are 2 of the more storied teams in Class A the past 10, 12 years. In fact, since 2013, aside from a T area with 2 and Madison with 4 championships, only 3 other schools have won a state championship in that time. And dating back to 2009, Madison has won 5 state championships in that time. But how have these 2 teams matched up? Dating back to their first meeting, which was the 2013 state championship, the Bulldogs lead the all-time series 7-5. They have met in the state championship 3 times in the last 10 years, with Madison winning 2. So 5 of the last 9 state A championships have gone to these 2 teams. In recent meetings, the Titans eked out a 63-61 win last year that saw the Titans leading big, but Madison came back and nearly completed the comeback in the 4th quarter before losing by 2. The Titans beat the Bulldogs by 27 2 years ago. And so Madison coming in, like we told you, at 1-3 with their head coach, Jeff Larson. Their starters, they go first, a 6'9 senior, number 23, Aiden Jensen, 17 points, 8 rebounds a night. This is their number 1 guy. He's the focus of their whole offense. A traditional big man, plays with his back to the basket most times. He's been offered by DWU, Morningside, Mount Marty. He'll play somewhere at the next level. Then they counter with 6'8 sophomore, number 21, Ben Brooks, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists tonight. Another big body and an otherwise small team. He's a solid all-around player. He can shoot from distance. He can also post up a smaller defender. On defense, he'll play top of the zone and looks to be a distraction. He was their standout quarterback at 6'8 for the Bulldogs this football season. 5'10 junior, number 1, Andrew Gomez, 9 points, 3 assists. This is the Bulldogs' lead guard. He can be a decent shooter at times. Watch for Thompson to attack him offensively. 6'1 junior, number 10, Chuck Callahan, 7 points, 3 rebounds a night. Callahan is more of a driving threat than a shooting threat. Almas likely to defend him. The last starter, 6'1 junior, number 2, Eli Barger, 2.6 rebounds a night. Left-handed player who can shoot a little bit. He's another perimeter player the Titans will look to attack offensively. Their key reserves that Coach Larson tells us they'll go about 3 deep. 5'10 freshman, number 24, Shane Beanhoff. Just a freshman, but a solid all-around player. Look for big things out of him in the future. Les' mom, Amy, has been the Dakota State volleyball coach for 14 years, and Dad, Casey, is a former standout wide receiver for the Sioux Falls Storm. So athleticism there. 6'2 junior, number 32, Thomas Meckles, 4 points, 2 rebounds a night. He plays more on the outside and plays hard. 5'10 junior, number 3, Elijah Sims, 2 points per game. Not a big threat offensively, but a nice player for them as well. They have another player, I don't know if he'll come in the game, number 12, Lincoln Anderson. His dad is 14 years the head football coach at Dakota State. So a couple coaches' kids. Les, give me one thing Madison does well and then one area where you think we can beat them.
Well, I think they obviously play hard. In their last game against Castlewood, Callahan had 5 threes and 19 points for them, and they almost came back and won. They were down big and came back in the fourth quarter, got it to within 3 or 4, and then Castlewood put it away. I think we can take advantage of inside. I think they play a lot of zone, and if we move the ball really well, I think we'll have wide open shots and we'll get some looks inside.
Very good. The Titans enter this one 2-2 with a little momentum now that they are kind of starting to get into their own groove. This is a really new team from last year, several new players that have never played varsity before, so they're kind of got their feet wet a little bit. Numerically, here's who's going to be starting for the Titans tonight. Number 1 is a 6'1 senior point guard, Jonah Kocher. Claim to fame last year was his taking care of the basketball. He turned it over just 18 times in 21 games. That and not forcing a bad shot made for a very nice junior year for him. Coach Weber says he's maybe the best basketball IQ on the team. Kocher averaging 2 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists through the first 4 games this season. Number 3 is another senior and 5'11 guard, Blake Thompson. Thompson will handle the lead guard duties alongside with Kocher. Thompson is he's one of the 3 first-time starters for the Titans team. He was set to start last year but ended up missing the entire season due to a football injury. This football season, he rushed for 1,000 yards, pulled in a school record 8 interceptions on his way to Argus Elite 45 status. And he has been having a very nice season for the Titans this year, averaging 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3.7 steals, almost 4 steals a game. He will be continuing his football career at Northwestern Iowa next year. And nice stat line from him. He's also shooting 33%, 7-21 from distance. Number 5 is a 6'2 junior, and Sam Almas. Almas contributed last year, averaging over 6 points off the bench and led the Titans in scoring their last game of the season, a loss to Sioux Falls Christian in the Sodak 16. Slammin' Sammy, very intense defender, a high flyer. He's been dunking since he was on the C team. He's also dangerous from distance. He's the Titan of the week this week and averages nearly 14 a night, 5 rebounds per contest for Almas. I talked to him before the game, and he said he's just getting started. He's been quiet this year. Number 11, another first-year starter and 6'2 junior, Jessen Wiebinga, a guy along with Almas, averaged nearly 17 a game last year on JV. Wiebinga, kind of an inside-outside player for the Titans. He's capable of making shots behind the arc. He's shooting 30% from behind the arc, averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds a night so far through 4 games. The last guy is number 15, a 6'4" big man senior, Reese Kirschenman, Big Kirsch. He was one of the best rebounders last year in Class A, where he pulled down nearly 10 a night, including a school record 19 in 1 game. He plays even bigger than his size and should be able to hold his own against the bean-stalking Bulldogs from Madison. A standout defensive end for the Titans football team. Reese recently played in the illustrious Blue-Gray game in Texas Stadium. He's on his way to play football for South Dakota State University. He, again, atop the leaderboard in boards this year, grabbing 8.5 so far a contest to go with 11.3 points per game and 1.5 block. Off the bench for the Titans, we'll see 6'2 junior Garrett Wiebinga, 5 points, 3 rebounds a night, as well as 6'6 junior post Boston Williamson, 4 rebounds, 1.1 blocks a night. And another Northwestern football commit, 6' senior Marshall Smythe, who was a terrifying linebacker for the Titans. He led the Titans in tackles the past 2 years. Okay, so Weber's keys to victory. Do not settle for open threes. Don't just settle for outside jump shots. We're not shooting that great as a team this year for those. What are we shooting as a team? 29% from the three-point line. So he wants to go inside more. He really wants to push the tempo. He wants to get the 6'9", Aiden Jensen and 6'8" Ben Brooks out and running all night long, he said. Move the ball is number 3, what he said. Move the ball and drive against their zone. Drive and cut against their zone is what he wants to do. My keys to victory, and then I'm going to ask you your keys to victory. As you sit over there texting on your phone like a teenager. Okay, stay out of foul trouble, especially with Reese. Since Jensen is their top option. Reese has got to stay out of foul trouble. We don't have a ton of big guys.
Nope. Got Boston, but we're all right. Yep.
Boston will come in. Number 2, play together. Similar to what Weber said, keep the ball moving.
Okay.
We've talked about before, this is one of the most balanced teams we've ever seen in T area.
Yep,
where you've got 5 guys that can go over 20 at any given game. Okay?
Yep, I agree.
Keep the ball moving. Just who's ever the open man or just got the clear path to the basket, shoot. No forcing shots. Number 3, transition baskets. Weber touched on this a lot. He said we're a lot better in transition than Madison is, he thinks, and he really wants to get some transition baskets tonight. Give me your 3 less, 1 minute to go until the national anthem.
Well, I'm going to agree with Coach Weber because when we got off to our fast start with our 22-2 start to Marshall, we got out and ran on them. And the same with Vermilion. When we got out to that quick start, we get out in transition, get easy layups. We're a good team we're a tough team to defend, and we're a good team to get points scored against. So I think if we get off to a good start and get out in transition, we'll have a good night.
Fast start. We got a nice crowd here. Get the crowd into it early. Get moving. Get them chasing us. He really wants the team to have fun, and this looks like one the Titans can take. But boy, Aiden Jensen. Nice looking player, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks a night for him. And so we're down under 10 seconds to go. We'll turn it over to Titans PA announcer, the real Jerry P.
tonight's event. The schools participating in this event are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. They have adopted the rules under which this game is conducted. A strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this event's success. Please remember to cheer in a positive manner and be respectful of the officials' decisions. To support a positive and safe atmosphere for Titan Pride, and according to the Code of 12 conference rules, we ask that students of all ages remain in the student sections of the bleachers or with their parents. The officials for tonight's game are Brian Gary, Patrick Spellmeyer, and Aaron Vanderberg. These officials are registered by the South Dakota High School Activities Association. These individuals have worked hard to to learn the rules and administer them at this event. We request that you respect their honest efforts to officiate this contest. At this time, we'd like to introduce you to your T Area Titan cheerleaders. Nevaeh Bird, Kyla Brown, Caitlin Flannery, Josie Kuhn, Aubrey Milbrick, Bree Semler, Michaela Sonny, and Allie Turek. Your Titan cheerleader advisor is Katie Lucas. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. First for the visitors, the Madison Bulldogs. Standing 5'10", a junior guard, number 1, Andrew Comas. A 6'1" junior guard, number 2, Eli Barger. A junior guard, same 6'1", number 10, Charles Callahan. A 6'8" sophomore, at the forward position, number 21, Ben Brooks. And that forward is senior, 6'9", number 23, Aiden Jensen. Assistant coaches for the Bulldogs are Janet White and Dan Larson. The head coach is Jeff Larson. And now introducing, as we have T Area elementary students who have been chosen to be managers of the game. These young Titans are part of the Titans Youth Boost program this past summer and represent our programs on their own teams in the winter. Tonight's managers of the game are Phoenix Bach, Silas Kirschman, Jet Waltner, Aiden Krell, Kaylin Karski, Jax Jacobson, Roman Johnson, and Hayden Divers, excuse me. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your T Area Titans.
Your starters, great job. The real Jerry Pileshi, PA announcer for the Titans. So it's Jensen, Brooks, Gomez, Callahan, and Barger for Madison, and Kirschman, Thompson, Kocher, Almus, and Wiedinga for the Titans.
I want to point out something that the Madison Bulldogs are kind of really wide, kind of like a football kind of play. If they win the tip, they're going to kind of crash to the board, so we got to make sure that we're aware of where they're at all times.
This is something a little, never really seen this, but I kind of like it.
It's more of a kind of a 3-on-2 if they get the look.
Yeah. And they're probably going to get the, I'm guessing 6'9" Jensen wins most of his tips.
Yes.
Well, he tipped it right to Kocher. Yes. Kocher to Thompson. Thompson left-hand dribble, left side of the court. Finds Kocher in the corner. A streaking Sam Almus. Might have got away with the travel. Jensen steals it from him. Madison basketball. Here comes Chuck Callahan. I know they introduced him as Charles, but Coach Larson called him Chuck.
And he had 5 threes against Castlewood the other night.
All right. Watch him. He's down there all alone. Sam Almus with the steal.
Nice strip.
To Thompson. Here go the Titans. Remember, Weber really wanted to get him going in transition. Mm-hmm. There's Kocher on the wing. Doesn't take the three. Resets it to Thompson. As Wiedinga and Almus crisscross. Now it's Kocher. With Thompson averaging 15 points on the wing into the corner for Wiedinga. Skips pass to Kocher. There's Thompson all alone. He's made 7 this year. No good. A little strong off the right side of the rim. Rebound. And here comes Eli Barger. He finds Callahan in the corner. And here's Brooks. He's 6'8", but he can shoot that. A nice screen down low by Barger. This Titans squaring up man-to-man. There's the ball down low. It looks like Wiebenga got him. So to the free throw line was Jensen. And if Wiebenga wouldn't have gotten in the way, I think Reese had the clean block.
He did, yeah. He had the clean block from behind.
So, yeah, you worry about foul trouble. They're going to feed it inside to Jensen all night. His first free throw, just short. So if a Boston Williamson or Carter Turek might.
Garrett Wiebenga.
And there is Jessen Wiebenga gets a steal. Boy, a risky play. Having picked up one foul in a minute 12. So Jensen 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
They didn't
0-0.
shoot. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt you. They didn't shoot free throws very well against Castlewood either.
Well, that's going to make two not great free throw shooting teams last because we are struggling in the free throw department.
Too. Yes, we are.
This year, we're 500 free throw shooting team. We'll touch on that a little bit later. I wanted to. Thompson bringing it right at him, and no foul call. I think it was a good play by Jensen. He just walled up, and you can wall up, you can jump if you stay in your own area there. That's what he did. And Thompson gets it back, steals it from Jensen.
See, one thing I don't like, Coach wants to up the tempo. I think that was too late in the shot clock, and that's why we had to create something.
Yeah. Kocher tried to zip a pass into Kirschenman, thought he was open, and he just kind of a little wide right. Madison basketball, 6 minutes to go here, 0-0. And there's a cutting Barger, no good. And he comes in from out of bounds and didn't establish himself, so out of bounds. Titan basketball. We've gone back and forth here with no score. Fast-paced game. That's what Coach Weber wants. He wants these guys to get it in the basket. Thompson gets by Gomez, skips it to Kocher in the corner. Salmon's going to pull up, take that one. Off the back of the rim, no good. Kirschenman. Oh, and they're going to call. They're calling Jensen for this. This is a tough call, and they're saying Sam was shooting. If we could have the courtesy of replay.
Well, he snuck in there. I mean, he timed it right.
He did, so something to watch for Madison. They don't want Jensen in foul trouble either. That's his first, just 2.5 minutes into this game. Almus to the free throw line. He's 2 of 4, now 3 of 5 on the year so far. Shooting 50% from the field, 30%, 3 of 10 from the three-point line. His second shot, no good. Rebound. Skip past the Kocher.
Nice touch pass.
It was a great touch pass, and Reese just left it a little short. Titans 1-0, 5:24 to go. Here's Barger. And this is Brooks. He likes to play out on that perimeter despite his size. Another thing that we forgot to mention, when the ball does go into Jensen, Titans are double teaming him. Nice turnaround shot by Ben Brooks. So when the ball does go into Jensen, you're going to see a double team every time so far, unless Coach changes something. Jensen a block shot. Sam going 100 miles an hour. Here's a float pass down the court to Gomez. He flips it up and in. Good, 4-1. Bulldogs, just under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. There's Kocher. That was a nice looking shot.
That was a nice looking shot. Up and, there we go.
Boy, Reese doesn't have the touch. Looked like he was out of bounds on Almus. But it stays with the Titans, 34 seconds on the shot clock.
On that second one, I don't think Reese had the whole, his whole hands on it. He was kind of losing it as he went up.
Yeah, I mean, he's right there. He's close. The important thing is he goes to the bench here over 3 minutes into this game with no fouls, and he's got a few rebounds. Here's Thompson. 15 points a night for him. Almost at the elbow. Out to a wide-open Thompson in the corner. Good rotation just off the back of the rim.
That's a nice rebound.
And there's Kocher. Oh, nice look for Kocher, and the Titans just can't buy it. Oh, another nice pass. Thompson should have just went up with that, and he gets the steal almost. And the Titans looking a little frustrated halfway through this first quarter with only 1 point on the scoreboard. The good news is Madison only has 4.
We're getting good looks. We're just not converting.
We are. It's just exactly what he wanted. He wanted us cutting to the basket, and he wanted us driving to the basket.
Yep.
Here's Jensen. And a little out of control there. The block, I think, by Big Boss, Boston Williamson.
Yep, the help came over.
Boston's getting about a block and a half a game as Weaving goes wide open. Williamson's done a really good job. He's only taken one shot on the year, just playing within himself. And
Yep, right there. That's that perfect set.
And there, he just picked up his second on Jensen as Jensen knows what he did. And he is not happy. He just picked up his second foul just over 4 minutes into this game. And they don't have a lot of size after Jensen.
No, they don't. No, after Jensen, yep.
Boston, one of 2 Titans who's made all his free throws this year. He's 1 of 1, now he's 1 of 2. Okay, into the game, 32. Thomas Meckles, 6'2", junior, averaging 4 points, 2 rebounds a night.
I'm not going to say you jinxed him on that one either.
Meckles was the starting offensive lineman on their football team. He had 8 points in the JV game. So Boston doesn't get the second one to roll in. Titans still stuck on 1. So here come the Bulldogs now without Aiden Jensen. For how long, we don't know. But let's see how they look without him. There's Brooks.
They're going to go through Brooks, yep.
Yeah, he can hit that shot,
and
too.
And Michaels does shoot it out there.
Yeah, he didn't do it in the JV game. He was more, of course, that's a whole different game.
Yeah.
But he was more of an inside guy. He's
he was.
Wide body. Here's Garrett Wiebenga into the game. I knew I missed somebody.
Garrett went in for his brother.
Yeah, he's averaging 5.3 points. And
oh, nope.
they call that, I think it's a good call on the floor, says Brian Gary. Garrett, 5.3 points, 3 rebounds a night, shooting 50% from the field and 3 of 9 from behind the three-point line.
Well, on the court at one time last game against Vermillion, we had the 2 Wiebenga boys and the 2 Smythe boys.
That's right. Yep.
With Blake, I think that was the last one. Or Joe, and I can't remember the 5th.
Elijah Sims checks in, 5'10" junior for the Bulldogs, averaging 2 points a night. Here's Kocher driving the elbow. And
now that one I think Kocher needs to go a little bit higher and have Boston catch that a little higher.
It's a pretty fast pass for
it was
so close.
Yeah.
Titans looking for a sweep on the night here at JV 1. It didn't look like C was going to win, but then pass thrown away, but picked up by Meckles. He goes underneath the Brooks. Boston just walls up. That's what you do.
Yep, that's what you do.
Rebound, Garrett Wiebenga.
So the C had a 41-16 second half advantage, and that's why they came back and won 62-51.
It was almost the pass just too high. The Titans just need to slow it down a little bit.
It was a tale of 2 halves for the C team.
Here's Veenhoff into the game, 5'11", freshman, 4 points per game. I think Coach Weber was kind of impressed with his game, it sounded like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost a yawner, the C team game, and then you look up, and here come the Titans, and then they were going from down 13 to up 14.
Yeah, we were,
Traveling violation on Meckles, yep. 2:32 to go, 4-1 Bulldogs. Bulldogs have 3 fouls. The Titans have 1. Kirschenman back into the game for the Titans. Got some good minutes from the big boss.
Yep. Also fun to have his dad up here helping me out.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Rick. I couldn't be here Monday with a kind of a late change. We played in the afternoon, and I wasn't getting up that early.
All right, that's
on
fine.
An off day. So there's Garrett Wiebenga, shot from the elbow. No good.
Kind of rushed that one, yeah.
He did. And that's no. Back up, Sam.
Helping Sam out a little bit.
Yeah, he is right
playing aggressive
in there with Brooks, and good job by this veteran ref crew not to call a foul.
Yep.
You know, we were talking about that during the C and JV games, and the way it's been described to me, if you're that far off the ball and you're not impacting the play and you make contact, let them make contact. Let the play go on.
Oh,
Brooks off his head. Thompson gets it. He's got Almas. Here comes Sam. Got it. Up and under. Looked like he bobbled it going up. Coach Weber high-fiving his bench. 4-3. Titans, and boy, we saw the press wreak havoc in the JV game.
Yep.
That's a travel, but no call. Rebound, Garrett Wiebenga. Here comes Thompson.
Sims with that three-pointer.
Sims misses the three-pointer.
There you go.
Kirsch underneath.
Oh, I thought Kirsch
Good
was
job.
going to shoot it, yep.
Sam's going to drive the baseline. Up and under. Count it. 4 in a row for Almas. Titans lead 5-4, 1:15 to go. Titans now in that 2-1-2 press.
We're starting to get the tempo to our liking, and that's why we're getting out and getting fast breaks.
Yep. Referee's discussing who the foul is on. Mr. Vandenberg said it's on number 3, Blake Thompson. Weaving got back into the game and checking in to the game, Jackson Smythe. Not Marshall. Marshall already played tonight. His brother.
He did.
Had a nice game.
He had a nice JV game.
Oh, Thompson doesn't want to pick up his second foul.
Yeah.
And here's Wienhoff into
Ooh, that was a nice screen to get him open.
Three-pointer. Good.
Yeah,
that was
a nice
by
set, yeah.
Barger, his first three of the night.
Nice set play.
Bulldogs take the lead, 7-5. There's Wiebenga.
There you go,
Smythe,
Jackson.
kind of out of control, didn't know where to go. He found Wiebenga. Here's Thompson. He's going to split two defenders. Left-handed layup, good. By Thompson, 7-7. Separation, shot clock, game clock, about 3 seconds. And a fast-moving first quarter that's almost going to get us back on track here, time-wise. Here is in the corner, Sims off the bench. Barger, he just hit one top of the key. He gets another one. 6 in a row for Barger, puts the Bulldogs up 10-7, 15 seconds. That's the only thing. He left some time for the Titans. Garrett Wiebenga, he can hit that. And does! Bang! Garrett Wiebenga, 10-10, 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Boy, Wienhoff is fast and knocked out of bounds by Jackson Smythe. Wienhoff can really get up and down the court, just a freshman. 0.7 seconds left as Boston Williamson's going to check in, and the reason's going to be it's to pressure the ball. I thought they were going to get Kirschenman out of there so he didn't pick up a late foul. So you need, they say 0.3 seconds to, now they're putting an additional half a second up there, so 1.2 seconds to go, plenty of time for the Bulldogs. Barger, kind of a wild baseline shot. I don't think that's what they wanted.
No.
10-10 into the first quarter. I'll update you on the JV game.
Okay.
JV won 50-39. Kind of stayed in that 10-point range about the whole game. Titans pretty comfortable. Leading scorer for the Titans, Keaton Newborg, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Emerson Otten, just a freshman. Newborg's a junior. Marshall Smythe, 6 points, 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 rebounds. Jack Qualseth, 7 points, 3 assists for him. Titans forced 26 turnovers and had 14 steals. For Madison, you had leading them 10 points and 9 rebounds for Lincoln Anderson. 8 points, 5 rebounds for Meckles, who's just in the game we're talking about, Thomas Meckles. 6 points, 3 rebounds for Brody Cummings. Lincoln Anderson also had 4 steals, so 10, 9, and 4 for him. Wienhoff didn't do much. He was 1 of 6 from the field. 2 total points. And so JV with the win. When we get another second, we will have Les Schroeder update you on the C game. So, yeah, we look for Madison. They like to do that 2-3 zone. Jensen's back out there with 2 fouls. We've got, they're probably going to stay in the zone with the foul trouble of Jensen. You look for the Titans. They wanted to attack him before. They really want to attack him now that he's got 2 fouls. And there he is on the baseline, double teamed, and he throws it away. And almost just needed to pick that up. He was running before he secured the ball. And, Jensen, and they say he got fouled. Wow. And so all that started with a loose ball that we should have had that we just need to secure before we take off down the court. We're just playing too fast a little bit.
I think we are. And Blake kind of got in a bad position out on there, and then he just kind of reached over his back and put it in.
Yeah. He was in position for the rebound, and Jensen just with quite the size advantage, almost a foot size advantage, just basically reached over him. Our guest tonight at halftime, the Tomahawk himself. Jensen makes a free throw. He was now 1 of 3 from the free throw line. 3 points now, his first 3 of the night. He averages 17. Here comes Almas.
There you go.
Right-handed layup on the wrong side of the basket, and that's going to stay with the Titans. Love to see him put it in with his left hand there. He's already got 5 points. So Tom Tosh, the man of the jack of all trades, will be joining us here tonight at halftime. He kind of jokingly brought it up to me one night, and I said, sure, let's do it.
Yep.
And the reason being is Sam with a 3. Bang! Count it! 8 points for Almas, who told me before the game he's been quiet this year.
He actually has been kind of quiet this year.
Didn't seem like, I said, Sam, you're averaging about 13 and 5 rebounds a night. And he just said, I've been quiet. I've just been quiet so far. So Hey, he's just a junior. He's his first year starting, so Boy Kirschman's got to be careful because I'll tell you what they're going to do. They know they've called 2 on Jensen. They know he's a big part of their team, and so if we heckle Jensen a little bit, they're going to call quick fouls back on us. It's just the nature of the game.
Brooks is back in the game.
Brooks back into the game. Fouls now, 4 for the Titans, 3 for the Bulldogs, so not a lot of fouls tonight. 9 minutes into this game. Ball into the corner to Gomez. Here's Jensen. No double team there. Now there's a double team by Jessen Wiebinga. And Coach Weber wanted a block, but Brooks gets it back. Wiebinga on him. Kind of gets the reach around, knocks it out of bounds. Ball stays with Madison.
It was a good hustle by Justin.
Yeah. Boston Williamson back into the game for the Titans for Kirschman, who has 1 foul, doesn't have a point, got a few rebounds. And inbounding the ball will be Andrew Gomez, the 5'11 junior. Gets it to Jensen, to Brooks, back to Gomez. Brooks posting up Boston Williamson, almost slipped. There's the double team. And probably on Sam there, foul. Going to be 2 free throws. It'll be Sam's first. 5th team foul for the Titans. 3 for the Bulldogs, 6:37 until Tommy time, halftime.
C-team had 3 guys tonight in double figures.
Yeah, who was that?
It was Ben Vasica.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Vasica had 13. Caden Williamson had 18. And our future quarterback, Brenner Conrad, had 10 points for the
Yeah, they all
Titans.
3 played really well. Brenner had a bunch of rebounds as well. And Ben's a lot of fun to watch out there. He's kind of undersized.
He is.
But
shoots like his sister.
Very smart player. As Callahan gets 1 of 2, puts the Bulldogs up 14-13, 6:30 to go.
Nice.
Blake Thompson dribbling around Wiebinga. He'll shoot that wide open. Bang! Jessen Wiebinga. His first 3 of the night. 6th 3-pointer so far this year. He's got kind of an inside-outside game. Now he's on Jensen. As the Titans look, are they in a 2-3 zone? They do. They are in a 2-3 zone. And they look a little out of sorts. There's Boston Williamson out to Sam almost with 8 points. His team leading 16-14, 6 minutes to go. Thompson over to Kocher into the corner. 2 in a row for Wiebinga. Bang! Count it! 2 in a row! Titans their biggest lead of the night, 19-14. As Coach Weber tells Smythe to go check in. Full timeout for the Bulldogs. At halftime, I told Tom to come up after this, but Jensen Insurance halftime shot, what it is, you buy a $5 ticket or multiple ones. You get drawn. You get a 1 chance to make it from behind the half-court line. Like the Titans, I'm going too fast here tonight, too.
You are, yeah.
You make that, you get $500. BJ Boom has already done it this year.
And got 1 winner.
Yep. And at the end of the year, all their names go into a pot, and you get to try it again if your name is picked. For how much, Les? $25,000.
There we go. I couldn't remember if it was 1,000 or 25.
$25,000. So we're going to watch that first because we've not only have had one, we didn't get one all last year, boys or girls games. We got one the first game of the year this year. And we've had a lot of close ones.
We have.
I think if you're putting your name into the hat for a half-court shot, you got to know that you got some capacity of making it.
That's right.
You got alumni row up here. Titans alumni, you've got, is that Tyven Tanapon and Braden Wilson? He played in the Macy's Day Parade.
Yep.
You got Jackson Weber. You got Big Bodie up there. You got a DSU football player, Austin Lake.
And then you have our 3-point shooter from last year.
Yeah, the Deadeye marksman, Jeff Worth.
Jeffrey.
So, home.
See, now you're the one that's calling out people. That's not me now today.
But actually, I saw him pregame, and I said, I'm going to.
Well, I saw Jeff pregame, too. I was going to go over and talk to him. I hadn't had a chance yet. But
you're busy doing stats.
I am busy doing stats. Get over there, Jackson. Good job, Jax.
Great job. Here is now Jensen out top to Gomez, and here's Ben Brooks.
Got some middle school updates, too, later on.
Sure. 3-point shot up by Callahan. Good. Jensen handed off to him and got the screen. 19-17, ticking down close to 5 minutes until halftime. They've done that a lot, I've noticed. They've had their big men screen up top, and the reason I probably noticed is I love screens in basketball. And there is Wiebinga. Can he get 3 in a row just off the back of the rim?
It's on the other side, so that's probably why.
Boy, that's a tough foul call on Kocher. I mean, you probably shouldn't mess with it, and it's probably a good job by the referee to try to eliminate that so we don't see that all game. You know, guys getting a rebound and then another guy's fighting for it. But it's 3 now on that Jensen's been fouled where I feel like he's really been helped out. Yep. That's tipped out of bounds off of Smythe. That's off of Madison. Titan ball. Great call by official Gary over there to see that. He had a lot better angle than I did. 15, Reese Kirschenman, 3. Thompson back into the game. Kirschenman, 11 points, 8.5 rebounds, 1.5 blocks on the year. Thompson, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3.7 steals. He is a steal machine this year. Skip pass into the corner. There is Wiebinga. He's shot 3 from the corner. He's made 2. 1 from the corner and 1 from the wing. Here's Thompson from the wing. He is so fast. And a blocking foul on a very disappointed Thomas Meckles, the 6'2 junior. Did not look happy with himself there. New shot clock, 4:38 to go on the game clock, 19-17, Titan lead. They've led by 5. Madison's biggest lead has been 3. There's Wiebinga. Thought about the 3. Kicked it out to Kocher. Oh, Kocher. Well, coming to this game, 1 of 9 shooting, and he was over 35% last year. He was a nice 3-point shooter. And that's just out of bounds to the Titans. Brooks kind of ran out of real estate and skipped it off the eye in Titans there. And so here comes the second half of the Wiebinga bunch. Garrett checking into this game. He's got 3 points. And Veenhoff back in for the Bulldogs. The freshman. Speedy-looking freshman. Speaking of speedy, Thompson brings it up into Jessen Wiebinga. Skip pass over to Thompson. There's Wiebinga. Why not? Looks good.
That's his spot.
Oh, roll in. Oh. And Reese just jumped a little too earlier. That was his ball.
Yep.
Thing I like about Wiebinga's shot, it's got great rotation on it.
It looks like it
looks good.
It's just like Stella Peterson's shot. It just looks like it's going in all the time.
And there's a 3 by Jensen. He got it. And holds 3 fingers in the air, just letting us know, helping us out up here.
He is.
He's got 6.
He's a good all-around player.
Said if you didn't know it, that's a 3-pointer. Yeah, Coach at DWU, Wilbur, would like to. Oh, boy, tough pass there. Wiebinga throws it to his brother, but off his fingertips. And that's actually a good foul by Garrett with 3.5 to go. Puts us at 7, but they had a breakaway. And
got to make him earn it at the line, then, is what you're saying.
And I don't think Jensen was down there, but he does have quite a few dunks on this year already. And Coach Weber told us that Jensen uses that power dribble in plans to dunk on you. As number 2, Eli Barger back into the game. Weber also talked about he wanted to take charges tonight. He really kind of emphasized that, you know, as well as that up-tempo game. Something interesting about these two teams is is a friendly roll by Ben Brooks. Now suddenly the Bulldogs, who were down 5, are up 3-2. These teams have met in the postseason 3 times. Now it's 3-point lead for the Bulldogs, 3:29 to go, and all 3 have been in the state championship.
I remember that.
And it's been recently. And they had some great teams. The Titans have had some great teams. Boy, if you could combine these 2 teams.
Yep. One of those years was at the Denny Premier Stanford Center.
Yeah, 2, I believe.
2 of them were?
Yeah.
I remember going to one of them. I remember going to the one.
That's the only. Titans beat them at the Premier Center, and then they beat Sioux Falls Christian at the Premier Center for
our titles.
3:13 to go, 19 on the shot clock. Titans trailing by 3. Into the corner for Kocher.
There you go.
Bang! Kocher! That's 4 or 5 Titans who have made 3-pointers already today. 22-22, 3:08. Coach Weber wants a 30-second timeout.
Well, I guess I can talk about some middle school girls action. Middle school girls played Harrisburg South. 7th graders played Middle School South yesterday and won all 3 of them. 7th grade girls are 5-2 on the year. Or the A team is 5-2, the B team is 7-0, and the C team is 5-0. And the 8th graders play today. That's what I was doing. I was talking to our coach, Coach Brew, and getting the results from today's action. They went to Ben Rifle today. The A team won 24-12, and the B team won 41-11. The A team is 7-2. Again, remember that was a team that went 1-11 last year.
Yep.
And then the B team is 6-3, and they have one left Tuesday night, Whittier, here. So the girls, 7th and 8th grade, are doing well.
Yeah, those seasons go by quick.
They do go by quick.
22-22, 3:08 as the Titans pressing and steal by Kocher.
There you
and
go.
Almas, no. And the Titans do come away with it. And there's Garrett Wiebenga to Almas underneath to Boston. He's going to skip it out to Thompson. Great skip pass. And he's going to be fouled. Just the 5th foul on the Bulldogs out of Madison, South Dakota. And Sam is getting a lot of looks right at the rim. He's just got to slow it up just a little bit and just finish. I think, this is he and ball thrown away. No, he can do that.
If it was tipped, it goes over back.
And boy, that's a wild shot by Sam. Oh, it almost goes off the backboard and in. I saw his feet, and his feet were not set for that. And Thompson drove the baseline. And there's Jensen. He's going to dunk it, and he does. And we just talked about that.
He just can get up and get,
He likes to do that. 8 points for Jensen. And I think the Titans are trying to go at him a little bit, but they really should, really love to see him pick up that 3rd foul before halftime. And Jessen Wiebenga and also Jackson Smythe back into the game for the Titans. Smythe has the 2 3-pointers in a row, and now there's Kirschenman into the game. He's scoreless, just 1 foul. Titans 18 fouls, Madison 5. 2 fouls for Blake Thompson, 2 fouls for Aiden Jensen. He is now 1 of 4 from the free throw line. As Thompson brings it up, left-hand dribble, middle of the court. He's got Wiebenga in the corner. Wiebenga back to Thompson, back to Wiebenga. You've seen him drive baseline before. Thompson cutting.
Got a mismatch on him.
On the wing, there's Smythe. He's going to drive. Now kicks it back out to Thompson. And boy, it's just evident the Titans really want to drive here. There's a cutting Sam.
There you go.
Great find by Kirschenman to Sam Almas. 24-24. Almost his 10th point of the night here. The Titans with that. And Wiebenga gets
away with it, I thought.
Barger to throw it away. Yeah, little contact. And now Wiebenga.
Nice take.
Wild shot. He was just going right at Aiden Jensen. 1:46 to go, 24 apiece. Timeout, Bulldogs, 30-second timeout. A memorable game for me when these two faced off was this. I'll never forget this. I wasn't there.
Okay.
The night before we played them one year, we played West Central here. It wasn't a very good West Central team.
Okay.
West Central hit a buzzer beater by probably their most unlikeliest player. I think someone later told me it's only 3 he hit all year. A heave.
Wow.
Buzzer beater to beat us, and we were upset. And I think it was when Cade Stearns, Noah Friedel, Justin Hone were all freshmen.
Okay.
We were just starting to get good. In fact, we would win the state championship the next year.
Okay.
Okay, so we lose on a heartbreaker to West Central. Everybody's upset. We had to go play Michael Rickey's team in Madison the next night. This was 2015. We rebounded angrily. We scored the 2nd most points ever in Titan history. We put 96 points on them that night and won 96-86 in a wild game.
Wow.
That's the 2nd most points we ever scored. Do you know what the first is?
No. Go ahead.
It was against a Titan alum. It was against a Titan alum. It was about 3 years ago. We put 98 up in Canton.
Canton.
Because Coach Taylor Fechner, he really liked to run, and we liked to run too. And they were falling for us that night. And we scored. So 98-96. Those were the
I remember that game too.
Highest 2. 90 seconds until halftime. Tie ball game. 24-24. Almost really being physical. Brooks, 3-pointer, in and out. Rebound Thompson. That's going to be on. Looked like he almost hit him in the head. Did number 1 Andrew Gomez. Gomez's first foul, just the 6th team foul. So Titans 1 more. They'll be in the 1-and-1. And good sub here. They're going to put in Meckles just to try to save Jensen. It's a close ball game.
Yep.
And they also put in number 10, Chuck Callahan, the 6'1 junior, 7 points, 3 rebounds a night as a starter. 1:20 to go. There's almost, and just tripped, and I guess there's nothing you can do about that. Jessen Wiebinga gets the ball back, 111 for the Titans. There's Sam underneath, left hand that time, good. 12 for almost 26-24.
Way to stay with it.
And the 1 minute mark, there's Thompson again.
Using those defensive skills in football.
Yeah, he hasn't scored as much as he normally does, but he's been all over. And Wiebinga with the block, Jessen. Loose ball, there's Thompson again.
Blake's all over.
And he is fast.
That's goaltending.
And that looks like it's goaltending, and Weber's jumping up and down.
How is that
That
not
definitely
wow.
looked goaltending.
Wow.
As the official explains his case to Weber, who just walks away. And we've said it about him before, you don't see him get upset unless it's usually a good call. And he's been around the Reese doesn't need to be reaching out that deep. Here's Brooks, drives off the back of the rim. No good, 20 seconds to go, and just a forced pass.
It was.
And Titans are just a little too frantic right now. You think if they slow this down in the second half, they could get control of this game. Reese Kirschenman, he gets the call because he reached around to knock but he looks like he knocked it out cleanly, probably caught him on the body. That's his second foul. And so Boston Williamson, who was checked in 5 or 6 times, back into the game. Free throw line, Brooks. I'm sorry, I was trying to catch what Coach Weber was saying to Kirschenman. He's talking about something at the other end of the court. 7.5 seconds to go. Here's Brooks, the 1-on-1. It's in. So Titans, if they get this ball either on the inbound or on the rebound here, I'm looking, it's going to go to Thompson because he's going to get it up the court really fast. Here we go. Sam Almas, great rebound. And Sam gets it to Thompson. Oh, jeez. And I think everybody in the gym had to beg for that, and they finally got it. So Thompson will go to the line. 26-25. The Titans look like they will lead this one at halftime, but by the slimmest of margins, and Thompson looked like he got fouled by 2 different players there.
And he could have,
and I'm up here. The refs are right down on the court. So I'm just, what I see is not what they see, and vice versa. And they've been doing it a long time. And so, and Thompson misses. And Brooks just going to pass it out. Shot clock might be in danger. No, it's good. 26-25, halftime lead for the Titans. And boy, very fast first half. 8:16 is our time right now.
I think we're back on track.
We are. So
see, Tommy's doing his job before he even comes up here.
Yep,
I mean,
moving the balls out.
Man, that is Tom to a T.
Michael Rickey, I haven't seen him here. I know from K-Jam, DJ Matt Grossi, that they are playing in, I forget where, but the girls basketball is playing for Madison too, which kind of explains not a great crowd here for them. So Michael Rickey, their new AD, as of a couple of years ago, he retired after their 2018 season to be their AD. He went 281-56 in 14 seasons, winning 5 state titles and 8 state tournament appearances. And
the Madison girls are playing at Arlington tonight. 46-28 is the score. Arlington is up.
Arlington's, so it does make sense.
Yes, Arlington 46, Madison 28. It started the fourth quarter for the girls.
Yep, so it looks like Madison girls will win that one. Who do we have here for Jensen Insurance? And it looks like it's going to be a Madison fan. So wouldn't that be something if you come to support your Bulldogs and you take home $500? He's shaking his head like he doesn't want to shoot. I think what happened is someone
put his name in,
maybe. And
take their money, Jared. Let's go.
Wouldn't that be something? He's getting instructions from Dakota State head coach Anderson over there. He's telling him to put it up high, sitting kind of close to us here. Despite being so even 7-5 in the win-loss record, only 4 of the 12 games between these two has been decided by single digits. So it's usually been kind of a blowout on either side. Okay, here we go. We got a Madison fan hesitantly taking his half-court shot. If he makes it, gets $500. And everybody in the gym is watching this as I look around the gym. No, that's not going to get there. Hey, Mike bounce in. And he does get a free Pizza Ranch buffet. And that's nothing to scoff at, Les.
No, it's not.
So actually, if he only, I don't think he paid for it, but I was going to say, you pay $5 even if you miss.
That's right.
Okay, Jensen Insurance halftime shot. We really appreciate that. It's something to have fun with at halftime. As we bring up the man here, the man we call the Tomahawk, the Denny Hawking of the T-Area Titans, the man that does it all. How you doing, Tommy?
I'm doing pretty darn good.
Good. Move that a little closer to you. There you go. Hey, start off by telling us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, and what it was like in your earlier days of your life.
Well, I grew up in Vermilion and moved down here right after 8th grade because Dad transferred with the telephone company, but spent a lot of time going to University of South Dakota football games.
Is that right?
Member of the student pup club back then.
Oh.
But don't exist anymore.
So when you moved down here, did you move to Lennox?
No, we moved down here to Teague.
Oh, you did, but you're a Lennox graduate because
at the time we didn't have a high school yet.
back that long ago, we didn't even have it wasn't a one room schoolhouse.
It was just one school back then.
And you've never left. You've been here ever since.
Yep, summer of '77 we moved here, and I'm still here.
You're still here. Wow. Tell us about your current job and how long you've been here. This is kind of fascinating to me.
Well, I've worked at Hy-Vee in Sioux Falls. I'm about to finish my 34th year with them, same store, haven't moved. Hopefully I can get another 5 years out of them, and then I might call it quits.
So you might go for 40?
No, probably
If
four
you
more.
go
37, 36.
Okay. And you've stayed there. Is that the only job you've ever had?
When I first moved here, I worked at the steakhouse here in town for a couple of years, but then I worked a year at Schoenhardt's Custom Cabinets. And
so why Hy-Vee?
well, I went to school in Watertown at Lake Area for a couple of years. I got banking and finance degree, but nothing was open when I graduated. I just started working at Hy-Vee and never left.
Huh. And what time, I know we talk about this during games and everything, and you're like, I got to get going because I got to get to bed. What time do you go in during the day?
I start at 5 in the morning and I get off at 1. I work 8 hours straight through and I go home.
I love the getting off at 1, but the 5 o'clock, holy moly.
Took me about a couple of months to get used to getting up, but
yeah, now you're used to it.
34 years I've only been late once and called in sick once.
Oh my gosh. You are something else. That's crazy. What's the farthest you've ever been from T?
Florida. I've been to
Florida.
Disney World a couple times. And
that popped up. I know you've lived here so long. You've worked in place so long. I'm like, I wonder if he's ever gone anywhere.
I had an aunt and uncle lived in Denver. We'd go there every other year. And then my dad had a cousin that lived in Kansas City. We'd go there once in a while and see them.
Yeah.
But
we've seen you've lived here since 77. I've lived here 20 years, and the change and the growth has been amazing in that 20 years. You've been here a lot longer than that. What's your favorite part of the growth here, either at the school or the community?
Well, my favorite part is just watching how the community here embraced the high school. I wasn't sure it would actually happen.
Yeah.
It has, and everybody's just embraced it and went along for the ride, and it's good to see.
That's a great one. 20 years. This is our 20th year as a high school. And there were a lot of doubters. In fact, Dr. Lowry, who was here earlier, she's got a podcast on the T-Area School website, and one of them talks about those early days and the struggles they went through and the football games they played at the baseball field and the power going out and just those one-room schoolhouses they put over by the museum. And yeah, you've seen a lot, but I like that part too. It's been really neat to see. What's something really interesting that we don't know about you?
Well, I guess the only thing I can think of is not only do I help out at the school, but I do a lot of helping out at the church. And
Yeah.
once in a while, they'll let me sing during service. And
Like a solo?
I can't play, but I can sing, I guess. So.
Will you do like a solo?
No,
Oh. Yeah, what church is that?
the Trinity Lutheran Church
Yeah,
over here.
that's what I thought. I know you've gotten close to some students that have now graduated over there, isn't that right?
Yes.
Through Trinity, like Michaela Wiebeck and
Yep.
Kari Hansen, who I just talked to today, and some of them. Yeah. How long have you been coming to Titan? Have you been coming to Titan events since day one?
No, I've gone to a few. I went to a few of the 9-man games, but basically hit it pretty hard when we first opened up this football field. So
Yeah, that's when you started. And here's what you do. You run clock for boys soccer. You run clock for girls soccer. You announce for boys soccer and girls soccer. You run the scoreboard for football. You fill in down here on the scorer's table, sometimes shot clock, sometimes clock. You fill in announcing when others aren't available, PA announcing. So all those things you do. Did I miss any?
no, I don't think so.
Do you have a favorite among all of those?
I guess my favorite would be running this clock for football because
Yeah.
the four of us, you and I and
Yep.
Pete and Short and Adam Shoresman, we just gel together and make it happen.
Yep, and Griff over here. And Les is there too sometimes. And it is, that's kind of one of my favorite parts about doing all this is just the fun that we all have. And we're up there in that football box, and we have a lot of laughs. And yeah, we all really enjoy it. I enjoy that too up there. So over the years, do you have a favorite Titan team or Titan athlete that you just most memorable to you?
Well, if it was an athlete, I'd probably have to say Noah Friedel, just the way he competed.
Yeah.
And I never ever saw him foul out of a game. He just,
Is that right? Yeah.
but team-wise, I would have to say that it was a football team that won the championship.
Yeah. The last one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Football's had a great run. You know, we didn't win it all these last 2 years, but we came into AA, and a lot of people didn't think we were going to do much. And
No.
we've had only lost to Pier in the last 2 years. So, well, hey, thanks for all you do. You know, when I talk about you to people, I say every school needs at least one Tom Tosh, you know, a guy that's just shows up, willing to do whatever you need to do. You'd probably go clean the bathroom if they gave you a mop. And so guys like you are really underappreciated, and it takes a lot of guys like you to put on events like these. And so just from everybody I know at Titan Nation, all the Titan fans, just thanks for what you do. And it's great having you around. Even tonight, you're running and getting balls and bringing the refs their coats.
Yep, I enjoy it, and I probably continue to do it as long as I can, as long as they let me.
Good. That's
So-
good to hear. I'll show up, and there's Tom. I think I show up early for football, and you're there before I am.
Well, most of the time you're there because I can hear the music when I get there. But
You beat me plenty. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for coming up.
betcha.
All you do. See you around.
you betcha. Thanks.
Thank you, Tommy. Tommy Tosh, the Tomahawk, as we call him. Coach Weber was talking about him before the game, and that's just all he called him. He just called him Tomahawk. And he's just here, eager to help. And Corey Williamson took his balls there because Tom was up here. But and Tom is telling Mr. Johnson down at the scorer's table that he wasn't able to get the balls because he was up top helping.
Always wanted to work. That's that guy.
Yeah, okay. 1 point lead for the Titans. You got the boxer there.
I have the boxer. We have 7 turnovers. It seems like more, but I guess the score is 26-25. They have 12 turnovers, and so we are trying to hurry. They'll come with a half-court trap here.
Yep.
Let's see. Sam leads the way with 12. Let's see, for them, Jensen leads the way with 8. There's another 3 by
Thompson turned away his three-pointer. And that's going to be Chuck Callahan fell down. They said he tried to bring Wiebinga with him when he did. So Callahan, just his first team foul, just 17 seconds into this one. Yeah. How about for our friends from Madison? Jensen leads the way.
Jensen has 8. Ben Brooks has 5. And Barger has 6.
Inside miss there for Kirshenman. Makeable shot from the corner. And no good. That shot was by Eli Barger, 6'1 junior. He doesn't score a lot, just 2 points a night. Interesting to see him take that shot, but he was wide open. Pass for Almas, too high, but boy, is he athletic. And there's Kirschenman, no good. Oh! Gets it blocked, and we're going to have a jump ball here. And Reese is just in his own head right now, is all that is.
Yep.
The last two have been very makeable, but when I play horse with people, that's a shot I love to take because you're just so close. It just gets in your head because you don't think there's any way you should miss it. And
Right.
oh, that looked like maybe an over and back, but Coleman's must have established himself. Pretty sloppy play by both teams here. Here's Brooks. He's going to in rhythm three off the back of the rim. Great box out and rebound by Kirschenman. Gets it to Kocher. He finds Sam. There's Wiebenga from the corner. Wanted to drive. Slows that back out. There's Kirschenman underneath. He goes to work. And good no call there by, who's that going to be? And it looks like Spellmeyer wants to give it to the Titans, and he does. Blake
Good.
Thompson's been all over the place. You see why he has almost 4 steals a night.
Reese kind of hustled on that too, kind of created that a little bit.
Kirschenman comes out. Boston Williamson has had a nice night so far, comes back in. And I was looking at Madison's line. Thompson's line earlier today, and I was going to text him and say, you might be going to college for the wrong sport with as impressive of a line as he has. They've held him to 2 so far here tonight,
Yeah.
but to his credit, he hasn't been forcing anything.
No. He had 17 against Vermillion.
Yeah, he's had 15 a night, so he's had lots of nights where he's put up good points. But we've talked about it before. Maybe it's not his night tonight. Maybe it's somebody else's night.
Share the basketball.
Oh, great pass by Almas underneath. He's blocked by Brooks, and boy, here comes a fast Gomez. Oh, off to Barger, but blocked by Wiebenga. Now Wiebenga will bring it up the court. Gives it to Kocher. Here's Wiebenga. Almas drives a little too out of control there. Still 1 point lead for the Titans. Speaking of Almas, he was one of the boys' basketball athletes of the week. Coach Weber said Sam's a guy who's always trying to improve. He puts in work, and he's a terrific teammate. Turnover Madison to the Titans. The other boys' basketball player was Caden Williamson, C-team player, averaging 10.6 rebounds a night. He surpassed that tonight. I think he had 14.
Yeah. It made me put it all away, but I think
No, it's all. I think he had like 14.
He had 18.
18.
He had 18 tonight.
Coach Weber says Caden has really improved from the summer and has a
There you
bright
go,
future.
Jonah got that.
Three-pointer by Kocher. Big three, put the Titans up 4. Their biggest lead is 5. This press is really slowing down. Madison, they've got Jensen trapped in the corner. He almost throws it away. He wants it back. He's got Boston Williamson on him. He's going to drive. And a great job by just walling up by Weaving and Boston, but Jensen, too tall, gets his 10th point of the night. That's about 7 below his average, but we've just gotten started here. Second half, 3 minutes in. Into the corner to Kocher. Back to Thompson. He looks to drive, pulls up, good. Stop and pop, Blake Thompson. 4th point of the night. And now he almost gets the steal. He's going to cause the steal. Picks it up. He's going to try for 5 points in a row. Got it! Bang! Thompson. Titans up 7 all of a sudden.
Nice little spurt by Blake there.
He just plays so frantic. You can see why he got 8 interceptions this year.
Yep.
Nice pull-up shot by Brooks. Madison calls timeout right away. He told me before football one time down on the field, he said, if I get 3 tonight, I break the... And he got 2 that night.
He had 2, right? Yes, he did have 2.
If I get 3, I'm going to get the record, and don't count him out.
No, it wasn't against West Central. It was towards the end of the season. I can't remember. Yeah, too old, really.
Titans boys basketball. Here's where they're at. They sit 4th in the region under 5-0. Dakota Valley. EPJ is 5-1, but I looked at their schedule. They really haven't played much. They played a couple of B schools, and so that might change. And Lennox is 4-1.
We have both of them at the end of the year.
Yeah. Where do they go after this? They play tomorrow in Crofton,
night
Nebraska.
We're going to Crofton, Nebraska. JV starts at 5:30ish, and then I think we're only playing 2 quarters for JV tomorrow night, and then the varsity starts at 6:30. and I think Crofton, Nebraska. Can't remember. Oh, you're gonna quiz me. I can't remember what they're called, but anyway, they're.
Is it the Chieftains or something like that?
I think you're right.
And we've played them, I think, 3 or 4 years in a row
we
now.
have.
It's been pretty lopsided.
Because the last time we went down there, guess who I rode with?
Glenn Roush, who's in Hawaii right now. And I was going to go with you guys.
Somebody, yes, you were going to go with us.
And I said, I'm not going that far because I know it's
so
just gonna
somebody
be
is listening to us in Hawaii tonight. That's the best place to be.
If he's listening, that was an alley-oop from Blake.
That was.
Big
Nice.
Boss! Counter over Jensen.
Well, no, I'm assuming Glenn's listening and watching.
Boy,
and
I hope not.
And their family's enjoying an outing in Hawaii where they were stationed, and so yeah.
Bulldogs break the press, wide open three by Gomez, misses everything.
But anyway, yeah, you're right. I rode down with Glenn 2 years ago, and I think this year's team is 1-8. I think is what Crofton is. So.
Coacher counter! Oh, that's 5 in a row for him. Suddenly 8 on the night for Jonah. 12 for Sam, 7 for Blake, 8 for Jonah, 6 for Jessen. That's on Jensen, his third less.
Ooh, that's yep. He might be coming out.
He's coming out. Here comes Meckles into the game for him. He's still got about 9 minutes to go. He's staying in there. 9 minutes to go for him to play with 3 fouls. He's got the size where he can do it. Titans hit this one. They're up 10 all of a sudden after leading by just 1 just a couple of minutes ago. Coacher can't get it. Boston smartly backs off Jensen.
Well, that's one thing that Coach Weber wants
Oh,
to
he
do.
didn't establish himself. They did that before, and they got away with it.
One thing Coach Weber...
Got to have both feet on that side of the court. Go ahead.
Do. Sorry, no, that was my fault. Coach Weber wants to improve our free throws. I mean, we're not shooting very well as a team.
50%. And I've got an interesting stat about that. We've shot 26 free throws coming into this game. Our opponents have shot 62. So more than twice as much.
We're being aggressive. I mean,
tipped
you
out
can
of
say
bounds
it
by
that
Madison.
way.
T's been called for 65 fouls. Our opponents have been called for 46. So we fouled 19 more times than our opponents.
And you got to look at our opponents too. Dakota Valley, O'Gorman, really good teams that like to pressure and get after you.
And Thompson driving the lane, out of control, but he gets rid of it. Sam, his first 3 of the night, too hard.
Ooh.
Thompson gets up and almost gets the rebound, but Kocher does. And he's fouled.
Oh, there you go. Good.
Ball on the baseline.
I know, 4 black jerseys, and then there's Blake almost in the middle of that, almost gets the rebound.
He just skied up there for that one. Sims picks up the foul. His first third-team foul for Madison. None yet for the Titans. 3:27 to go, third quarter. Let's get it over 10-point lead here.
You know who's listening tonight? Matt Brew is listening tonight.
Why isn't he here?
Well, he had a basketball game at Ben Rifle tonight, and so he's supporting us from home. And so, I want to give my coach of the year to
Thompson, bang! Count it!
To Matt Brew and Coach Decker. There's another one.
Oh, Blake Thompson, have a second half.
12 points now for him. Look at him back there.
It's just, and that's how he played football.
Yeah.
I mean,
and timeout. Here comes Coach Weber out on the floor. Madison timeout. The Titans have come to life in the last 3 minutes, leading by 14 all of a sudden.
And I know my coach of the years don't really amount to anything, but I'm giving my coach of the year to Matt Brew.
Right on.
And Coach Decker.
Yeah, great job by those guys. Middle school coaches are so important. You're developing the love for the game for these kids. You're developing the first skills they're going to get as a player.
Exactly.
And I've always thought we need to put more emphasis on middle school coaches.
Yep.
I was just talking to Kari Hansen, coaches with you, about middle school volleyball just this afternoon. And
she's going to start a program for our middle school program / all the way up to juniors next year for a strength and conditioning program that she's going to do next year.
That is outstanding because the first thing Craig Clayberg did when he took over as head coach, he got them in the weight room, and it was noticeable right away, and he preached weight room.
Yep.
Girls basketball, they're 3-1 right now. They sit atop Region 4, even with Vermilion being 6-0.
Yes.
Mainly because of the 6 teams, Vermilion has only beat 1 with a winning record, which was us.
Yes. Well,
whereas the Titans beat AA number 2 Jefferson, and also Campbell County, who after they lost to T, beat St. Thomas More by 11. Here's what they've got going on. Next Monday at Canton, 2-3.
Yep.
Canton's 2-3. They beat EPJ and Elsesser Hudson's not that great.
We'll have Tri-Valley.
They'll have
Tuesday, home versus Tri-Valley. Thursday, home versus Sioux Falls Christian. And Saturday at Aberdeen Central. And so,
you know,
Titans
what
basketball
did
had a great year.
them in against Vermilion was 26 turnovers. We just couldn't take care of the basketball. And then that Brooke Jensen girl's pretty good. She had 32 against us.
Yeah. Brooks scored. That's his 9-point, 12-point lead for the Titans. You want to see them close this one out.
But I think this is a key week for our girls too to get some wins.
Oh, Sam Almas.
Ooh.
He checked 3 there. He's still with 12. Just missed that after a pass by Kirschenman. Brooks goes around Thompson. And then there's Jonah Kocher just to take it away. Here come the Titans. Sam's out ahead. Kocher slows it down to Thompson. Back to Kocher. He drives. Jensen at his back turn. And a great.
Oh, I thought Reese was going to tip it in there.
Oh, my goodness. Jensen. Garrett just kind of took his time, and Jensen just clean block for him. There's Veenhoff. Another dunk almost by Jensen. Lead is 10, 2 minutes to go, third quarter.
He wanted to dunk it on that one.
Yeah, boy, this has just been a frantic game. Here's Garrett. He can make that shot. And you know what he had? He had Brooks closing out on him, 6'8" Brooks, and I don't blame him if that's why he missed. Into the game, Chuck Callahan for Madison, and also Marshall Smythe. The Marshall's in town.
That's right.
For the Titans. And Marshall will play football at Northwestern with Blake next year. Marshall was a
Jackson Smythe.
Jackson Smythe.
Jackson. Marshall played at the junior varsity game.
Oh, shot off the back of the rim.
Nice
Sam
catch,
almost
Griff.
gets the rebound.
Nice catch,
I've
Griff.
done that twice. I've done it more.
Oh, it's
Another
that
block
was
by
a foul.
Jensen, his 4th of the night. Out of bounds. Sam Almus was taking it to him.
You're just so used to Marshall running the show for the JV team. And, him and Keaton Newberg and Jack Fawcett, they're all running the JV game.
Yeah, nice looking night for both JV and C, and some nice looking players.
Yep.
5 or 6 that I kind of looked at and went, boy.
There you go, Sam.
Sam Almus, jumper from the elbow, timeout. Titans leading by 12 with 1:13 to go. And I want to tell these kids, you just got to work so hard. You've got the foundation. You're close. And I just really don't know if kids understand how hard they have to work, even to be an NAIA college player.
Yep.
Look at Blake Thompson, the year he had. And Smythe, Jackson Smythe. And I think last year's graduating class, we had more kids go on to play college sports than any other year. Wrestling, they're 8-0. They took 5th at the huge Rapid City invite. What a weekend that was. 2nd at the Madison invite, and then 4th at the Floyd Farron. Pretty impressive. Next is they were today at the Mid-Dakota Monster in Lyman. Tuesday at the Lennox DAC 12 Quad. Saturday at Harrisburg Invitational. The 19th, they are in T versus Lincoln, Jefferson, and Harrisburg. So come on out that night. They're only going to wrestle here a couple times this year, as they always do. Their athlete of the week was Hunter Wilson. Coach Neeson says Hunter is a team-first guy, always willing to compete against anyone and get shuffled into the lineup. He finished 5th at the Floyd Farron. He's wrestling, he cut weight. He's wrestling at 120 this year. So great kid, great football manager, Hunter Wilson. The crowd is screaming for something, but I was looking away.
They probably thought he double dribbled.
And that'll be on Jackson Smythe, number 23. His first, team first with 1:06 to go. So only 4 fouls total called here in this one. And a great job just to swat it away by Jensen. Boy, it's got to be nice to be 6'9". Oh, he can, playing at the high school level, he just does about whatever he wants. 2-pointer, shot good by Chuck Callahan. That's his 7th point of the night. So right at his average.
There you go.
There's Kirschenman. And Jensen doesn't agree with the call. I don't know. I'm not a ref. He did go straight up, but the ref was saying he bent his arms down. It was the call. And if that's the case, you got to be straight up. If that's the case, he bent his arms down. That's by rule a foul. And did they not give a foul to him? The scoreboard says they gave it to number 15. I think they're changing it right now. Yep, they got him up there at 4 fouls. So 12 points for him, 4 fouls. He's got 9 minutes to go here yet in this one. Kirschenman at the free throw line hasn't scored yet on the year. He is 50%. So now 3 of 8 for the year. And here comes Veenhoff. Looked like he's going to pull up. Nope, Sam almost tipped it away. And that's to Callahan. Now dribbling up top is Sims, the junior. They've only got one senior on this team.
I saw that they only had one senior on the team.
So that's kind of nice for them.
Mm-hmm.
But that one senior
It's pretty good.
is darn good. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 10-second shot clock, game clock expiration. That one was off. And Garrett Wiebenga didn't know it. And charge. Great take. We said Weber wanted to draw charge.
Weber wanted to get him.
And there it is, 11.2 seconds. Titans with the ball. They can hold it for the last shot. Shot clock is off. As Kocher and Jessen Wiebenga check in for Smythe and Wiebenga. Wiebenga for Wiebenga.
Wiebenga. Well, I also did email their coach, and he was nice enough to give us some great information. And one of his team goals was to have a winning record and get the top 3 seeds in the region and qualify for the state tournament. So, I mean, anything can happen yet with a long
Thompson,
season.
coast to coast, count it! High five in the student section. He got down there in about 4 seconds, made the basket, and gets to go to the free throw line. Came into this quarter, 2 points less. This could be his 13th point of the quarter. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, no, and the guy that he high-fived is also going to South Dakota State.
Yeah,
Chase Ventolo.
What else did their coach say?
Well, no, he just said he wanted to have a winning record, which is it's still early in the season. They're 1-3. Wanted to be in the top 3 in their region, which, you know, they're in Region 3. We're in Region 4. They got Sioux Falls Christian in their region. And then he wanted to qualify for state, so.
And is that good or no good?
No, I don't think
someone went up and hit the net.
I don't think it went in.
And so I don't think anybody in the crowd, no, not either side knew which to cheer for if he missed it or made it, because you couldn't really tell. Yeah, girls basketball athlete of the week, Mara Grant. And Coach Shoresman noted 2 games, 14-12 against Dakota Valley and 23-5 and 4 steals against Sioux Falls Jefferson in a game.
That was
she
the
played
one.
against the Division I post and had her way with it.
Yes, she played really well in that game. She also played, you know, the game that they didn't even mention, she really played well in the county Campbell game at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, helping. I mean, she was in foul trouble. She really, the stat line didn't look very appealing, but she was the one that kind of kept us in that game. And besides, let's see, Maya Weber had a really good game in that game and made some baskets when we needed to in that game. And also Kendra McKinney also played well in the Campbell County game. Again, we just had way too many turnovers in the Vermilion game. We just were, I don't know, that second half was kind of a rugged second half. We were supposed to play West Central on last night again on Thursday night. It got postponed because they had no school.
That was crazy. I can't. Me and Craig Clayberg were talking about that. Like, what? You didn't have school.
And so, you know, maybe it's a blessing in disguise for that team. You know, where you got 4 games in a week next week, and 2 of them are at home, 2 of them are on the road. They need all 4. I mean, to get right back in this thing.
They were in here working out after school right away. Finishing up on Mara, Coach Shoresman says she motivates others through her efforts. She's a great teammate, and on and off the court. Yes. Oh, great look by Kocher.
But you said that Mara's like really quiet, right? She's not really loud. No, I'm just kidding.
Kocher passed it to Sam, who lost it and then tried to throw it off of a Bulldog and just missed and threw it out of bounds.
So I'm looking forward to the girls' game on Tuesday night we'll have against Tri-Valley. No, I think Tri-Valley is 0-3. But again, they were in their game against Vermilion all the way up until the 4th quarter. And so it should be a good game on Tuesday. And then Sioux Falls Christian on Thursday will be a really good game.
Brooks underneath. That's his. Oh, what is that? 14 now for Brooks.
Because I think Sioux Falls Christian girls are still undefeated as well.
They are not. They lost to Wagner.
That's right. They lost to Wagner. And then their game against Parkston last night got postponed as well.
Great pass by Smythe to Jessen Wiebenga, who turned up the 3-point shot. And I guess that's kind of what. And there goes Sam down the lane. Jenskin could just follow with his arms up in the air. 14th point now for Sam Almas.
We traveled.
Did we?
No, he did.
Oh, and then he ran over. It looked like it could have been an offense, but you're at half court.
Yep.
Good job to let it go. This is a good ref crew here.
This is a good ref crew. Yes.
A lot of games. Sure. I think Gary has done state games.
Yep. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I'm very sure all 3 of them have done state.
I'd be willing to bet you on that if you wanted to bet.
No, I don't know.
Soda or something.
No.
Great job to get up and get the rebound by Justin Weaving after Callahan's miss 3-point shot. 6 points for Callahan. Jensen's back out there with his 4 fouls. That's what you have to do when you're down 13. They don't have the luxury. Sam takes a deep 3. Oh, he's just missing his 3-point shots tonight. Came in shooting 33%. He's missed, I think, all 4 that he's probably taken, but boy, it's just been by the half a horse's hair. Just here comes that double team. Now it's Weebiga. It's all right. That's not bad. Just the Titans' second team foul in the second half. It's going to send Jensen to the line, trailing by 13 with just under 6 minutes to go. But you let him go, and that's probably another dunk. So independent stat leaders, if tuned in late, Thompson 15 points a night, almost 12 points a night. Kirschenman 11 points a night. And, he hasn't scored yet tonight, and Titans are still winning this one. You gotta like that. Rebounds, Kirschman 8.5, Thompson 5, and almost 5. Assists, Kocher and Thompson. Kocher has just 1 more assist, but they're both right about 4. Blocks, Kirschman 1.5, Williamson 1.3, and almost averages 1. Steals, Thompson 3.7, Justin Weebiga 1.7, Sam almost 1.5. So there is Kocher driving the lane, and he. Oh, I was going to say, if you're not going to call foul, it's got to be a travel. Drove the lane, got a little out of control, and threw it off the tipped hand of a Madison Bulldog. Something that I noticed in the C and JV games, their press was, we talked about before, their press was just deadly, and that's probably and that's going out of bounds to the Titans. They had so many steals, but they had so many more tipped balls.
Yep.
And Coach Weber has talked about that. And it's a great observation by Coach Weber because those tipped balls do just completely throw a team off.
Yep.
It stops their rhythm, makes them go back and get it and reset. And so, boy, they did a great job in that. And another thing I wanted to talk about in the JV games, Kocher, 2-minute on it, bang! Count it! His 11th point of the night, his season high. 53-38, 15-point lead, the largest of the night for the Titans. Madison's biggest lead was 4-1. Jensen, and they say Reese fouled him on the baseline. He was going up for another dunk.
So you were talking about the JV, yes. Go ahead.
JV, okay, so their JV coach is Chad White, who of course played here and then played at South Dakota State.
Yep.
When Tony Fegan and Chad White both went to South Dakota State, right when South Dakota State was getting good.
Yep.
Keith Cutler.
He's our assistant coach, yep.
Is our assistant coach. The way they conducted themselves in the JV game, when you had deep 3 for Jensen, no good. 2 Madison Bulldogs there. Brooks got the rebound.
Go
Jensen
ahead.
Posting up. They were both extremely in control of themselves. Yes. Never yelled at the ref once. Never said a word to the ref. That impressed the heck out of me. Thompson, great pass to Sam. 17 now. 18 now for Sam. But that really impressed me. And out of bounds, and
Callahan.
Gomez passed to Callahan, who was standing out of bounds. And so 17-point lead, largest of the night for the Titans. And you feel like this one, with Jensen having 4 fouls, trailing by 17, you feel like it might just be a matter of time as Elijah Sims and also Thomas Meckles check in for the Bulldogs. Boy, Thompson's had a second half here tonight. Picked up that assist last play to Almas. And there is Kocher to Almas. Titans, it's okay if they take some time off here and be patient for a shot. He's got Thompson in the corner. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Thompson drives, zips a pass to Kocher, who's feeling it this second half off the back of the rim.
Nice rebound.
Kirschenman, great job just to rebound it. And Kocher, that almost looked good. Just a little more. Thompson gets another steal. Fouled by Meckles. Oh, this Blake Thompson is a pest. I'm telling you, if I'm a local college coach and I watch him play, knowing this is his first varsity action, he missed all last year, I might be giving him a call.
But he's signed to play football somewhere.
Well, I've signed a lot of things.
That coach down at Northwestern might be a little mad if he goes and plays basketball now somewhere.
Well, they're national champs.
Well, they are, but then they're just going to add to their,
tell you, I
trophy case.
Signed a marriage license to my first wife. My first wife, who's
there you go.
Great rebound and basket good by Kirschman. It's my first wife, who's my only wife.
That's right, your only wife, yeah.
It's my first and only wife.
Yep.
Kirschman just kind of. I thought if he got in position, he might be able to take a charge, but was not in position there. Picks up his fourth foul.
By the way, speaking of your family, did you see that our wrestling program with the wrestling program with the girls that are wrestling in our program? There's one little girl that looks up to your daughter.
Knuckles for 3. Yeah, that really made my daughter's night. Timeout, Weber. He saw that almost was kind of in a losing battle.
Yeah, he was.
Yes, the little Volker girl.
Volker girl, yep.
Very nice. Volleyball doesn't get a ton of attention in T, and so it's very sweet. You never know.
I talked to Coach Teen yesterday.
Oh, you never know who's watching, Les. There's a saying that I like, and it's your biggest critic is probably someone that is in your inner circle, and your biggest admirer is somebody that you probably don't even really know personally.
I thought you were my biggest admirer, but
you don't think so anymore?
I don't know anymore.
You probably have a lot of them, so there might be another admirer. Hey, let's look at our keys to the game here.
Okay.
I'm going to give out a little game ball after this, and I'd like to talk to. I said we need to stay out of foul trouble. Okay, well, Reese is kind of in there a little bit, so play together. I think they played together, and that's not necessarily my key to the game. That's something I got from Coach Weber, that I feel this last 2 games they've done that, and they've gotten so much better just letting whoever. 3 guys in double digits tonight. Reese Kirschman not in double digits, but has played really well defensively. Hey, and he's got Jensen in foul trouble. My third one was transition baskets. I don't know. I think we're 50-50 there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've gotten a lot.
Well, here's one of mine is, we can't settle offensively, and we're not when we have number 3 out there creating what he's been doing the second half. They can't guard us if we make them work, and he's making them work.
Yeah, he's a little pest. He about took an NBA 3, but thought different of it. Sam almost has been waiting for the ball in the corner for a while. He gets it, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Kocher looking for Garrett Wiebenga. He finds him at the elbow. Garrett turns that down. 3 by Thompson. Bang! His 18th of the night to go with Almas. And that's probably the nail, Les. That makes it a 22-point game with 3:16 to go. Sam gets him to turn it over. Titans are going to have the ball with 3:16 to go, leading by 22. I told our producer up here, Andrew Griffin.
Yeah.
I said we were talking about time. I said we might have a running clock if we play really well. I don't think we've played really well. I think we've played well in the second half. Corner 3, Almas just off the back of the rim. And Garrett Wiebenga fights for the rebound, but it's pulled down by Brooks.
Well, again, after tomorrow, the
steal by, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Kocher had the steal, and then he just kind of got ran over. Corner 3 by Wienhoff, no good. Rebound Kirschman. 2:48 to go.
Well, no, after tomorrow, the boys have Crofton, and then on Monday go to Canton with the girls, and then play Aberdeen Central next.
And that
Saturday.
Canton is going to be a wild scene. The last time we were there, the boys really took it to Canton, but the girls' game was incredibly tense.
Physical,
and it's a smaller gym.
It is a smaller gym.
We had some fan interactions. There goes Kirschman, kicks it out to Thompson.
Thompson's last.
Another one off the. Oh, but this is going to be a rebound. Kocher gets the easiest 2 baskets of the night for him, as he's at 13. Timeout. Both teams. Just a timeout by the referee to get the benches into the game. I like it when they do that because these young men, Marshall Smythe into the game for the Titans. Carter Turek into the game for the Titans. Keaton Newborg had a nice JV game. He's into the game for the Titans. Emerson Otten, a sophomore, into the game for the Titans. And see, I told you Marshall Smythe
Marshall is going to play right now with 2 minutes left in the game for the varsity. Not Jackson, Marshall.
Okay. Stay on me.
All right, I will.
And up and under is Jensen. No good. And Marshall almost gets the rebound over him. Jensen just gets the putback and then knocks the ball out of bounds. And So we got a bunch of new Madison Bulldogs coming into the game. Number 14, Quinn Fleming, played earlier tonight, 5'9" sophomore. Number 34, Carson Schneider, he's a junior. Number 4, we saw him, Brody Cummings, had a nice game.
Yeah, he had a
6
nice
foot
game.
freshman.
Yeah, nice game.
Number 12, Lincoln Anderson, 6 foot sophomore. His dad used to be sitting close to you, but he has moved on. And number 20, Miles Schneider, 6'1" freshman. So it's always fun to see these guys getting some. You hope they both score, doesn't matter which side.
There you go, Jack.
I'm just happy for him. Jack Qualseth just off the back of the rim. Marshall Smythe
Point
gets
guard
the
of the
rebound.
future.
Yeah. Qualseth. Here's Otten. The Turk. No look pass.
Ooh.
Out to Qualseth. He'll dribble around. Left-handed dribble. 23 seconds on the shot clock.
Mom's a 5th grade teacher in
There's
Legacy
Qualseth.
Elementary.
Nice looking three just off the
Ooh.
back of the rim. Boy, if you got a point for near misses from the three-point land, the Titans would have
That's right.
a lot more points. There is Keaton Newborg, state golf champion.
Yeah.
In Qualseth to Smythe.
There you
Smythe's
go,
little pull-up.
Marshall. Oh,
Little pull-up like almost a runner. Here comes down the other end of the court, Fleming. Fleming dribbles around, top of the key to Schneider. Over to Cummings. Titans lead by 22, under a minute to go here. Top of the key, Lincoln Anderson. Here's Schneider again.
you know, I was bummed we didn't have trivia tonight.
Well, you guys keep tying.
Well, I was still bummed.
I forgot to put it together. I was going to put it together during the. Hey, something else I wanted to mention. I was going to put it together, but I was too busy visiting with Brooke Paleshi.
Oh,
They are putting on together their musical.
Yep.
Monday the 23rd at 7 p.m.
okay.
Here in T. They're doing one January 22 at 3 p.m. We'll get her on here to talk about this. But
Good.
They went to state last couple
There you
of
go,
years.
Jack.
Jack Qualseth.
There we go.
Bang! Count it. That'll probably be the last point of the night. 25-point lead, 65 to 40. Oh! Kind of hope that went in. The heave by Lincoln Anderson. Hey, you want to take charge up here? I'm going to go remind Coach to come talk to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Well, that's a T-Titans victory, 65 to 40. Chad Hockey on the run now with trying to get Coach Weber to come up here to talk to us. Great overall second half performance by the Titans. Blake Thompson leading the way. In the second half, Pesky, like Shad was saying, played really well. We go to Crofton, Nebraska tomorrow. JV game at 5:30. Varsity game at 6:30. And then on Monday, we're taking the bus to Canton, South Dakota.
That'll be a wild one. A Monday night game. I don't know if I'm going to find myself at that one, but as we watch Coach Wienhoff from Dakota State, I wanted to talk to her a little bit. I was hoping she hung around. Maybe she will.
Coach
We're
Weber.
going to get Coach Weber
Okay,
and
Coach Weber is coming.
and Blake Griffin. I mean,
Man.
oh man,
But thank you, stat boy Jackson Talor.
Blake Thompson.
Oh, Blake's going to come up here.
Blake Griffin. He played at Oklahoma. You know.
Okay, yeah, he's a basketball player.
Blake and Sam both had 18.
Mm-hmm.
Sam will have his time up here, but I thought Blake was really spark plug here in the second half.
Yep. Kosher at 13.
Yeah, you talk about a balanced effort.
Yep.
For a little bit there, we've been going to hit the 2 threes.
He kept us in the first half.
What that does, it makes the other team understand they have to guard him. It opens it up for somebody else. Thompson had his time. Reese Kirschenman, he got Jensen into foul trouble.
He did.
Didn't back down from him. Boston Williamson came in and did what he's done all year. Just plays within himself. And,
Reese had 10 rebounds tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, kept us in at rebounding.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
No, it's all good.
Steal it from you.
Thanks to Jackson to the Lord for doing the stats and bringing us up a stat sheet. I know when we get other media out here, they are so impressed by our stat guys, and they print off stat sheets and bring them up at the end of halftime in the game, and we're really appreciative of that. Thompson, 18 points, 5 assists, 6 steals. So now he is over 4 steals a game. Just unbelievable. 15 steals for the Titans, 3 apiece for Wiebinga and Almas. Wow. And
will close out Madison's night here. 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks for Jensen. I think he had at least double that. 2 blocks also for Ben Brooks to go along with. He had 9.7 rebounds. And that was kind of it for the Bulldogs, 6 apiece for Callahan and Barger. And they ended up with 5 steals. They turned it over 21 times. We only turned it over 10 times. And, I mean, if you can turn the ball over 10 times, you're going to be in a lot of high school basketball games. Exactly. Or basketball games, period. The rebound battle, Titans won that 38-35. That shouldn't be the case, but it is the case. You saw our guards down there rebounding all night. Blake Thompson had 4 rebounds. Jonah Kocher had 4 rebounds. Sam Almas had 5 rebounds. Justin Weebiga had 4 rebounds. Reese Kirschman had 10 rebounds. Boston Williamson had 3 rebounds.
They just go and get the ball wherever it is.
Yeah, so the starters all just really rebounded the basketball really, really well. We talk about second half, and we'll talk about this with Coach Weber. Second half, I got her here, partner.
Okay, all right.
39-15. 39-15. Remember, this was a this was a 1-point game at halftime.
Yeah, 26-25.
And in my opinion, we're probably lucky to be
only up one.
Only up one because they were toe to toe with us tonight.
And that's what Madison's been doing all year with teams is they've been playing them really close, and then they couldn't finish against Castlewood. In the Lennox game that I watched, they were up big and then kind of came back against Lennox when they found their groove as well. And so it's just Madison's a team where they just need to find a quarter where they can close it out.
Did you know Blake Thompson's mom, Jill Thompson, came back to the high school and is teaching here again?
You know, I heard that, and that's awesome. I love working with her. She's an awesome person.
Yeah, I ran into her today, and I said, big game tonight. And she said, yeah. And I said, we'll be okay. And she said, yeah, I think so.
Yes, I love working with Jill. She's awesome.
Yeah, but what a night for Blake. 18 for Blake, 18 for Almas, 13 season high, I think, for all these guys. 13 for Jonah Kocher on 3 of 6 3-pointers. He needed that 1 of 9 coming in now. He's now 4 of 15, which is a nice line. That's almost 40%. It's over 40%. So good job by him. Justin, we even got 2 of 5 from behind the 3-point line, 6 points. Reese, he only had 2, but didn't need any more out of him. Got those 10 rebounds.
I think he got frustrated but I mean he stayed with it, and then he was really good defensively, getting Jensen into foul trouble a little bit, and again going to get those rebounds and getting double-digit rebound total tonight.
Yeah, just waiting on Coach Drew Weber. We'll talk to him just for a minute or two and talk to Blake really quick. I know it's late. We want to get out of here, and thank Mr. Griffin for being patient with us. He's got a couple little ones at home. They might be in bed by now. But Weber usually doesn't take this long.
I know. I'm surprised. Surprised he's talking this long.
It's probably a happy locker room.
It is.
With that second half. If the first half would have been like the second half, we would have been out of here a lot earlier. Brooke Palesci on our scoring table said wrap it up.
Well,
Griffin wants to go home.
See, and that was when I worked with her husband at the radio station. He would always do long post. No, he would never do long post games. No, Jerry Palesci was a great play-by-play guy for the Sioux Falls area, we'll say.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be here long, but I ran down and asked Coach Weber to come greet us and meet us, and maybe in the future we can do it right after the game and just do it for a couple minutes and then get him off to the locker room.
Yep.
Instead of having to wait.
Wait for our coach.
God forbid we'd interview Coach Teen, the volleyball head coach, because those were the longest locker room talks. We'd be in Dakota Valley or something waiting to go home, and you want to, bring our daughter with or whatever, and I'm going, what can you be talking about this long? No. So I think the first half I give the nod to Madison because I think we're a better team on paper.
Yep.
Second half, all Titans. I mean, that was phenomenal. And
well, that's 3 in a row for our Titans too.
3 in a row.
3 in a row, and we just and against O'Gorman, we had two bad stretches. We had a bad stretch in the second quarter and a bad stretch in the fourth quarter, and we give Ing 39 points. Where I think he at halftime had, I want to say 14 or so, but just a couple bad stretches against O'Gorman, and then we finally started to figure it out after that. Where we got Marshall and got off to a great start against Marshall up there.
Did they forget they're coming up here?
I think he did. I was trying to get maybe I'll go talk to them and see.
Does he know it's 10:30?
I'm not sure.
It's 9:08. It's not that late.
I will go talk to them.
Yeah.
I can get Coach Cutler up here too if you want.
No, I just want to talk to Weber and then Blake. Les Schroeder going down to. We've only done this for this is our third year, so we're still kind of figuring this all out. But if you are tuning in, we really thank you. We want you to tune in this Wednesday. It's on T-Connect. It's the only place we have it now. We're getting it on other places. But we do a show. It's called All the Tea, and we bring in coaches and players and people from the community. And it's been really well supported so far this year. And well, it was an exciting. I didn't know that Williamson and Jensen knew each other. They're posing for pictures.
They're cousins, I believe.
Oh,
yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of height.
So, have you seen the stat of the night? Is your second half scores? You outscored them 39-15.
Well, yeah, that was quite a showing. We kind of lost our minds there that first half, and we really talked about our defense. We've talked a lot this season about. I think this team that we have can get to a spot defensively better than any team I've coached.
Oh, wow.
And I think we can really get there, and we're going to have to because some nights of offensive firepower isn't there. And when that happens, like that first half, our defense can't be tied to our offense, which tends to happen sometimes for teams. Is if things don't go well offensively, then we don't put that same effort out defensively. And I kind of thought the first half we were very fortunate because they only scored 25 points in the first half, but we did not do a good job defensively. We were fouling. We were doing a lot of bad things, and they just kind of missed some shots, which is what a young team will tend to do. But then the second half, we talked about that. I'm just super proud of the group and how they played that second half with the energy and the defense. And then things started to go our way offensively. The shots started falling. It's good to have the Blake Thompson that we've been kind of waiting for. That second half was lightning rod that we needed. Sam was great offensively too.
And Kosher came to life second half?
Yes, and both sides. And we talked a lot about, I thought, those three guys really carried us tonight, Sam, Jonah, and Blake, and there's a lot of nights that they're going to have to. But Jessen's second quarter, he had a couple threes, but he did a lot defensively and rebounding that we desperately needed.
Yep.
Boston and Smythe gave us some big minutes. That second quarter could have went – we played bad enough to be down by 10 or 12 in the second quarter, but we did enough. And then we talked about the half. We're up by one. So, I mean, we're going to regroup and go. But I was really impressed with those role guys that gave it to us. Because tonight, Kirsch didn't have a great game. Garrett didn't have a great game. And we were terrible in the first half all the way. And I was super proud of how they reacted and came out against some adversity and got a win.
We said post-game, I said the last we were up one, but it felt like we should have been, like I said about that same thing, that I thought they won the second half. I mean, they won the first half, going in only down one.
Certainly. They definitely did. And that's one of the things we said. They outplayed us by and large that first half. And we were able to be up one. That was a huge win in our book because we knew we were going to play better the second half and come alive. And thankfully, some shots went in. But we were great defensively, like I said. That was what we were hoping we'd hold them to was 40. Outside the second quarter, I think they scored 15 in the second quarter. We were great. We were fantastic. 15 points the second half.
Last question. Do you take
credit for, did you get them riled up at halftime, or do you take – you
No.
just a great adjustment guy?
No, I just told him exactly what the situation was, and we're competitive, and we've been through the ringer, and not just in basketball, but through it all the sport. I just told him exactly what was going to happen and what had happened and what had led to the deficit at times, and then what got us back and what was going to get us that win. There was no coaching. There was nothing in there. It was a testament to the kids how hard they played, especially defensively. And the guy you're going to interview now, he really brought it for us, and we needed it too.
That's 6 steals. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
You're too
Absolutely.
humble.
Well, I'm being honest.
All right, we'll hear from Blake Thompson really quickly, and then we'll get out of here on a Friday night. This guy here, the pest of the East. Good grief. I'm just out there watching you. I would hate to play against you. They hate to play against you. You are all over the place. Where do you get that energy?
I don't know. Sometimes it just appears, shows up.
18 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 steals. That's going to put you on average. Your average for the year is like about 16 points, like 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and over 4 steals. You just got a heck of a stat line going. Did you just decide you're going to turn it on the second half? You had 2 points coming into the third quarter.
I knew we needed that extra burst of energy, and I'm like, all right, Sam, I'm going to take the top of the press, and I'm like, I'm going to pester him. You be ready to take those, intercept the ball, do whatever you can, and I'm like, I'm just going to pester that front guy. And I really think that just pestering that guy really just – it gave us that burst of energy. They started scrambling, making bad turnovers, and we just started going off from there. So
yeah, you guys had 15 steals. One of my favorite stats of the night was your starters, 4 rebounds, 4 rebounds, 5 rebounds, 4 rebounds, 10 rebounds. So you guys rebounded well.
Yeah.
You were really, really trying to take it at Jensen and get him in foul trouble, weren't you?
Yes, we have to. I mean, he's the focal point of their offense. That runs through him, and if we get him fouled out, get him scared, he's going to start thinking twice when we go up for buckets. And
I think it led to, that was your second half. You outscored him 39-15.
Yeah, because he had 4 probably by, at the end of the third.
Yep.
And he started playing a little more timid.
Yep, and they scored. You had one where you went down and scored on him, and he just had to wall up.
Yep.
Yeah, they only scored 5 points in the fourth quarter, and I think a lot of that is because he played the whole fourth quarter. It was 4 fouls. Well, congratulations. Boy, you're having a great year in football, now basketball, and I'll let you go because you got to get up and get to Crofton, Nebraska tomorrow.
Yep. Well, I appreciate it.
That was a lot of fun, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Great job. Okay, Blake Thompson and Coach Weber and Andrew Griffin, we thank you for sticking around with us. We thank Les Schroeder for his color. And we thank you for listening if you're still listening or if you go home and listen, and we really appreciate all the support. And great win for the Titans here to go to 3-2 over Madison, now 6-7 against Madison all time. And so say good night, Les.
Good night, Jay. Did you wish Blake a happy birthday? It's his birthday tomorrow.
Nope, I'll wish it to him tomorrow.
All right, fine.
So we thank you, Titan Nation. For Andrew Griffin and Les Schroeder, I'm Shad Hockey. Bye for now.